Welcome to the 2025 University of Nebraska High School Graduation. Please be seated. And for those of you who are participating remotely, thank you so much for caring about students. It makes such a difference. You will see today basically the outcome of all the support and encouragement that these students have received. So on behalf of Principal Storr and our amazing faculty and staff, I want to say thank you for caring. It matters. These graduates that you see on the stage represent the more than 260 graduates of our school this year. So how do you feel about being the representatives of your class? Yay, I like it. No pressure, no pressure. Today is really a great day. So all of you, please take a deep breath. Relax, bring the shoulders down from your ears. Good. We do have formalities, of course. This is a commencement ceremony. And those formalities matter because they signal to you that this is not just another day. You have a lot of good days in your life. I hope you have a lot more good days in your life. But today is when we stop time for just a moment to appreciate the hard work of these students and to look ahead at what they will accomplish. So it's not just another day, we're here to celebrate. So let's get started with our celebration and with our remarks. Our first speaker today is Matt Mason. Matt is an American poet and the director of the Nebraska Writers Collective. He has served as the Nebraska State Poet from 2019 to 2024. And beyond our state, Matt has worked in Botswana, Romania, Nepal, Belarus, offering workshops on poetry in conjunction with the U.S. State Department. Matt's poetry has appeared in the New York Times, and he has received the Pushcart Prize, as well as fellowships from the Academy of American Poets and the Nebraska Arts Council. So I'm very pleased that he's with us today, and thank you very much, Matt.
All right, thank you very much. It's an honor to be here today at this great occasion. As mentioned, I'm a poet. I've worked a lot of jobs in my life, but for the last 3 years, I've made my living as a poet, as a speaker, leading writing workshops. I've traveled the state as state poet and beyond. As state poet, I went to every county in Nebraska to do at least one poetry event. Done work for the United States State Department and other countries, for the National Endowment for the Arts, for the Park Service. Poetry's taken me to festivals and readings also in many of the states of these United States. It's allowed me to publish 5 books, win awards. And when I was where you are right now, I thought I hated poetry. So if you're not sure about where you're going, I got you. It's okay. We don't always know exactly what we want where you're at, but you're on a great direction to figure it all out. I say I hated poetry. I had written some poems in high school, but I didn't feel connected to the poets we were reading in class. It took a little bit longer to form those connections, to find them. And now, I love John Keats, I love Robert Frost, Emily Dickinson, Langston Hughes, and on to modern poets, Patricia Smith, Denise Duhamel, Sarah McKinstry Brown, Brian Turner, so many great writers that I've discovered since I was sitting in a seat like this. My love for poetry has grown over the years. And so to give you a little bit about who I am, I'm going to read you a short prose poem about what's at the heart of poetry for me, why I love it. I wrote this poem when people started asking me about AI, if I was scared of it replacing poets. There's stories of, people publishing AI poems in magazines and things like that. And then there's scandal and it's revealed that a person didn't write it. I'm not threatened by AI, but I put it like this. This poem is called Why Poets Will Never Actually Be Replaced by AI. A poem is not its final version. A poem is the process from idea to draft to revision, to revision, to revision, to revision, to final version, to updated final version, to wherever you might actually call it done and either mean it or just never get back to changing anything. A poem is learning about yourself, about the world you live in, and your relation to that world as you write it. A poem isn't just an equation or a formula or a recipe. A poem is a time capsule. A poem is something you can pull out in 2 or 5 or 20 years and still feel what you felt when you wrote each line down. Still feel the pen in your hand and the paper against your palm. Still see the way the light hit the cedar tree. Still hear the particular rumble as the surf hit that particular stride of shore. If you write a poem, you can stand in front of a group of people and tell them the story of why you did it and what you learned as you struggled with the words you went with. A poem might never be published in the New Yorker. A poem might never get high scores at a poetry slam. It's still a poem if you still feel it. Even if a critic calls you names, even if a gatekeeper refuses to allow it through their gate, if you feel it, it's a poem, and you are a poet. All a poem has to do is shine a little light, cast a little warmth inside you. So, I've done what I've done without a career path. There is no career path for poet. I blazed my own trail, worked jobs in all sorts of other fields, found work that mainly sustained my work as a poet by paying my rent, giving me enough time, putting me into situations that gave me things to write about. The best job I had for this was as a sound guy for a freelance video photography crew. We covered politicians for the Iowa caucuses, put me on the sidelines at Husker games, got me into strange rooms with people like Warren Buffett, Bono, LeBron James, had me covering tornadoes that had hit towns, so many different situations around the region, so many things to write about. It's been about finding what I needed to find to be able to do the things I loved and still pay my rent. All of this done with 2 English degrees. I've been living creatively, but I've also been living practically. This is my first actual graduation address, though it's the second I've ever written. There's a poem in my latest book, called Rock Stars. The poem is called Graduation Address to the Kinder Kingdom Awesome Tots Preschool Class of 2023, because on Facebook some friends were talking about going to a kindergarten graduation, and I'm just like, what is that? So I had to write a graduation address for something like that. I'm not going to read you the whole poem. Not going to insult you by reading a graduation address to kindergartners or to preschoolers. The poem, of course, makes a few jokes, like how the honorary degree they give me is a PhABCD. How nobody is likely to be listening to me because they're all thinking about bunnies. But the poem does go on to say that the path I've chosen is uncertain and has been a bit frustrating at times. But I've followed what I love and found ways to make that work. A few key lines from the poems are, "We ain't born into heroes or born into kings, because birthing isn't what writes your careers. It's okay to love Keats or Broadway or The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. Love God, love Mozart, love baseball, love band. There are voices in our head from in and from out, but all of us got one voice that tells us, well, tells us something that ain't trash. So listen until you find that." The poem tells these preschoolers to also take a math class and to floss their teeth. Be dreamers, but be practical. Also, though, for you, be practical, but be dreamers. It takes both to be fully human. Finding the right combo of heart and brain to carry us to fulfilling lives. It's about more than the size of a paycheck or about the size of a crowd we might perform for. It's about taking care of ourselves, making the world better for those around us, and putting ourselves where we feel most alive and worthwhile with the talents and the dreams that we have. So listen until you hear that voice inside you, the one that tells you something that ain't trash, something that's true and beautiful and fully who you are. So, thanks.
Thank you. All right. Feeling inspired? Ready to get more inspired? Okay. The next speech comes from the University of Nebraska president. Dr. Jeffrey Gold has recorded an address for our students. Dr. Gold is the leader of our university system. That means he's out in front for all of us, for 50,000 students, for 16,000 faculty and staff. He is leading things like Division I athletics for us, the Academic Health Sciences Center, which is world-renowned. He leads our institutes, which at the University of Nebraska, our institutes are groups of people trying to solve problems in specific areas. For us, that is agriculture, water, national security, infectious diseases, early childhood. All of those are specialties that people are focused on here. So Dr. Gold is very dynamic. He has authored over 200 manuscripts, 300 presentations, 40 books. So what I'm saying to you is this guy is very, very accomplished. He is a really high-achieving public servant. But guess what he was before all of that? A high school student. And so in his address, he talks about that process. He'll talk about the things that it takes to be extraordinary, to meet challenges with purpose. He recognizes the work that you're doing. He went from being a high school student to being a first-generation college student. So the first generation of his family to ever go to higher education. So I was really pleased that he talks about his path, his work going from a first-generation college student to leading our university, and I'm really happy that he wants to share that information with everyone here. So now let's hear from Dr. Gold.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Good afternoon, graduates, and good afternoon as well to our families, faculty, and all of the friends. It's an honor to speak to you today as we celebrate a true milestone that marks both an ending and a new beginning. I'm Dr. Jeff Gold, and I have the honor of serving as the president of the University of Nebraska. On behalf of our entire university community, I wish to extend my warmest congratulations to each and every one of you. Graduates, this is your moment. This is a moment to celebrate how far you've come, and it's a moment to look ahead to the future you're ready to shape. Each of you have worked hard to reach this day. Let yourself take it in, enjoy it, but also look forward. To the parents, to the families, and to the loved ones who have stood beside each of our students, we extend our most profound thanks. Each of you have been the steady hands and the guiding voices behind every late night, every early morning, and every leap of faith it took to get here. To the faculty, to the advisors and staff, I also extend to you our deepest thanks for your dedication to supporting and to challenging these graduates along the way. You, all of you, helped make today possible. And now to our graduates. I wish to talk to you about something that has become a guiding principle across the entire University of Nebraska system, including, of course, the University of Nebraska High School. This is a vision that shapes our mission and inspires our work every day. We call it the Odyssey to the Extraordinary. It's not just a theme or a slogan, but it's a belief, it's a mindset that each of us is on a journey not just towards excellence, but towards something greater, a life of purpose, a life of impact, and a life of meaning. This Odyssey goes beyond academics. It's about how we meet unexpected challenges. It's about how we lead with compassion and how we contribute to the communities we call home. It reminds us that greatness is not a fixed destination, but it's a direction. And that journey is shaped by three powerful forces. The first is purpose, which gives our work meaning. The second is persistence, which helps us keep going, particularly when things get tough. And community, the people who guide us, walk beside us, and remind us that we're never alone. We call it an odyssey, like Homer's legendary journey. It's rarely straightforward. There are twists and turns, there are obstacles and breakthroughs, but also there is growth and deep pride in how far each of you have come and how far you're willing to go. And what makes it extraordinary? At the University of Nebraska, we don't believe extraordinary is defined by prestige or perfection. We define it by impact. To be extraordinary is to go beyond what's expected, to innovate boldly, to serve with humility. To be extraordinary is to push the needle towards the vision of a better future. And today, we celebrate a graduating class that already embodies this journey. You chose a path outside of traditional classroom education. Each of you balanced academics with athletics, the arts, travel, work, health needs, and other responsibilities. And for each of you, this journey has looked different. But your diploma from the University of Nebraska High School represents something powerfully consistent. It represents that you pursue bold goals, and you do so with courage, and you meet challenges with resilience and with resolve. This diploma is more than a credential because it's a symbol of your purpose, both inside and outside of the classroom. This diploma is your proof of your persistence in pursuing your dreams, and it reflects the community that helped bring you to this moment. And that, graduates, is truly extraordinary. You know, on these occasions, I remember my own high school graduation, the excitement and anticipation, and of course the uncertainty. Awaiting to enter as a first-generation college student, I wondered whether I was ready for the road ahead. And in this rapidly changing world, perhaps you are asking the same question. So I want you to know that you are more than ready, and always more ready than you may think. Let me share a story that has stayed with me throughout my career. It's a story of someone else's extraordinary odyssey. It's a story about Admiral James Stockdale, who was a U.S. Navy pilot during the Vietnam War. During one mission, his plane was hit, forcing him to eject and deploy his parachute. And as it slowly descended into enemy territory, he had the sobering realization that he wouldn't be going home anytime soon. Admiral Stockdale spent more than 7 years as a prisoner of war in what became known as the Hanoi Hilton. It was a time of unimaginable hardship, and yet, not only did he persist, but he helped others to endure it as well. And years later, Admiral Stockdale was asked how he survived such an ordeal. And he responded, and I quote, "I never lost faith in the end of the story. I never doubted that I would get out and just survive, but turn the experience into defining moments of my life, which in retrospect, I would never trade," end quote. He also shared what we now call the Stockdale paradox, which teaches us that, and again I quote, "You must never confuse faith that you will prevail in the end, which you can never afford to lose, with the discipline to confront the most difficult facts of your current reality, whatever that might be," end quote. In other words, it was Stockdale's clear-eyed understanding that he might not return home for many years, paired with his unshakable belief that he eventually would. And that's what gave him the mindset to endure. His story, of course, is extreme, but the mindset behind it applies to every great odyssey, including the one that you're on. It's because life asks us to hold two truths at once. First, we must be exceptionally honest about the challenges that we face. And second, and equally importantly, we must never lose faith in our ability to overcome them. If we focus only on the obstacles, we risk becoming discouraged. But if we ignore reality in favor of blind optimism, we risk being unprepared. Real strength lies in holding both at once, realism and hope, or said differently, grit and vision, discipline and belief. And that mindset, this well-known paradox, is more important today than ever. For instance, artificial intelligence is reshaping how we learn, work, and live. Global events test how we lead and communicate. The jobs of tomorrow will demand skills that we're just beginning to imagine today. But here's the good news. Always feel confident and know that you are ready. Just as Admiral Jim Stockdale accepted the long road ahead, but never lost faith, so can you. You can acknowledge the complexity of this world and still believe, and believe with conviction, that you're equipped to shape it. You've already shown your persistence, you've adapted to new technologies, you've solved problems on your own, and you've built digital fluency. You have learned across time zones, taken initiatives, balanced responsibilities, and persevered through all of that uncertainty. All of you are globally aware, and at the same time purpose-driven, and above all, truly resilient. You didn't just finish school, but you built skills, you gained courage, and you have a mindset that will serve you for the rest of your life. Yes, without a doubt, challenges will come, but so will opportunities, and you are now ready for both. So trust in your purpose, trust in your persistence, and trust in the community that surrounds and supports you every day. In a world's odyssey that demands the Stockdale paradox, you're all ready to embrace it. You're not only prepared for what's next, but you're built for it. That mindset, this harmony between honesty and hope, will serve you well in every chapter ahead. Whether you pursue college, and I want to welcome all of you to our NU campuses, of course, or whether you enter a trade, serve in the military, launch a career, or forge a path uniquely on your own, the qualities that brought you here will continue to carry you forward. And please know that you are part of something bigger, not bound by geography, but that you're connected by determination, your curiosity, and a shared aspiration for a bright future. And as a graduate of the University of Nebraska High School, you carry with you the values that define our community, the values of purpose, persistence, and the conviction that every purpose has the ability to make a meaningful difference. And so, graduates, my advice is stay curious, keep showing up, be honest about the challenges, and hold on to your belief in the extraordinary future that awaits you. All of us are so proud of you. We are inspired by you, and we cannot wait to see what you'll do next. Class of 2025, congratulations and Godspeed on your journey.
Thank you, Dr. Gold, President of the University of Nebraska, for those kind words and thoughts. Good afternoon, esteemed faculty, proud parents and guardians, friends, distinguished guests, and most importantly, our incredible graduates in the class of 2025. I am Dr. Jeff Storr, principal of the University of Nebraska High School. It is truly my honor and privilege to address and acknowledge our students present here today and those throughout the world that are watching via live stream, our distinguished graduates of the class of 2025. Today marks not just the end of a chapter, but the vibrant beginning of countless new ones. The class of 2025, you are a testament to the power of determination. Your journey through online high school wasn't always an easy one. There were late nights spent looking at complex equations, early mornings tackling essays, or perhaps moments when you wondered if you could truly do it all from your own space. You navigated the digital landscape of learning with self-discipline, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to your education. You didn't just attend school, you built your school around your life, adapting and thriving in a flexible, modern environment. Every assignment completed, every concept mastered, every challenge overcome online speaks volumes about the incredible drive you possess. Graduates, you've demonstrated that success isn't confined to a single path. You chose a non-traditional learning journey, and in doing so, you've gained invaluable skills that will serve you tremendously in the years to come. You are independent learners, you are self-starters, and masters of managing your own time and resources. These are not just academic strengths. They are life skills that are increasingly vital in a rapidly changing world. You've proven that education is not just about where you learn, but how dedicated you are to learning and what you do with that knowledge. Your definition of success is uniquely your own, forged by your unique experiences, and it is boundless. Take a moment, graduates, to truly feel the immense pride in self that you have done something today that you've waited for a long, long time. Look at how far you have come. You didn't just get a diploma, you earned it with grit, adaptability, and an extraordinary sense of personal responsibility. This pride isn't just about what you've accomplished, it's about who you've become through the process. You are individuals who can set goals and achieve them no matter what the circumstance. You are pioneers in a new era of education, ready to face the world with confidence. As you step into what comes next, carry this determination, this self-pride, and this spirit of non-traditional thinking with you. Let it be your guiding force. Be open to new experiences embrace challenges, and never, never stop learning. The world needs unique perspectives, your ability to adapt, and your innovative minds. Your graduating class consists of 267 UNH graduates this year from 28 U.S. states and 34 countries, spanning the entire globe, including North and South America, Europe, Africa, and Asia. As a school, this meets one of our goals to have a large, diverse student population that attends and graduates from the University of Nebraska High School. During this celebration, let's not forget those who supported you along the way, along this long, long journey. Your family, teachers, mentors, and friends, they have been pillars of your success. Their guidance, their encouragement, and unwavering belief in your abilities to have brought you to this momentous occasion. I personally want to say thank you to our UNHS teachers, administrators, advisors, customer service, and staff members throughout the school, and our entire team for their diligence and daily support to help each of these students reach the goal of graduation. As the principal of the University of Nebraska High School, and in accordance with the policies and procedures issued by the University of Nebraska High School, I authenticate and confirm the UNHS members of the class of 2025 have completed all their graduation requirements established by the University of Nebraska High School, the University of Nebraska Board of Regents, the Nebraska State Department of Education, and the accreditation approval of Cognia, and hereby recognize on this day, Friday, July 18th in the year 2025, to receive their high school diploma at this time. We would like to begin reading the names of the graduates that are present at the ceremony with us today. Graduates, will you please come forward to the front of the stage, one by one, when your name is read, and receive your diploma. Byron Adams. Look that way so you can, there we go. Okay, now stand in the middle. There we go. Simone Bucciarelli. Congratulations. Turn it right side up. There you go. Lexi Calloway. Angela Christensen. Corey Clark. Whitney Cottingham. Riley Fisher. Kira Fornander. Edmund Hagan. Eiley Hunter. Tegan Ingwerson. Malachi Johns. Jacob Keever. Alexa Knudsen. Morrison Marker. Hannah Nels. Povene Sasha. Leela Sukram. Mackenzie Troya. Brant Utes. Allison Vaught. Gavin Witten. How about one more applause? Okay, graduates, UNHS students, please stand. I now ask you to move your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left side, signifying you are now an official graduate of the University of Nebraska High School class of 2025. Please be seated. Please be seated. You have earned this moment and everything that comes with it. Continue building on what you have learned and accomplished. The world is waiting for you and your talents. Use them well, and as I said earlier, use them to make an impact on the world. Continue your successes for the benefit of many. Our high school has been in existence since 1929, and you are now an alum of our school. We all believe, as I hope you do, as you make a decision about your post-high school education plans, that you will consider coming to the University of Nebraska. Our partnership and affiliation with the Board of Regents, the President's Office of the University, and staff have been nothing but positive throughout the years of our school's existence. We believe your experience at the University of Nebraska will be a positive one and a world-class higher education. Class of 2025, you have truly excelled. Congratulations on this remarkable achievement. You are incredibly proud, and we are incredibly proud of all of you. Continue to learn, continue to grow, and continue to amaze us all. The future is yours. Thank you.
The tough part is done. You've got the diploma now. We are excited for you, and there's one more opportunity for you as you are here on the stage with us. Just a short walk across to the, I'm not a tall person, just a short walk across to the microphone. We invite at this time any graduate who would like to make an expression or acknowledge family or friends, tell a very appropriate statement, please come forward. Okay, I'm glad we've got some encouragement. Go first.
I'd like to dedicate this not just to my friends and family, but especially to my Nana, my Grandpa Rod, who couldn't be here with us today, and especially to my mom, who, and also my Papa. Almost forgot him. Oops. And Dad. Yeah, I guess he gets credit too. Thank you for everyone and for all the love and the education that you provided upon me. Thank you very much.
I want to thank all of my family that came out to see me today. I'm so happy that all of you decided to come and watch me graduate. It means a lot, more than you'll ever know. But I also want to give a special thanks to my Grandpa Fred, who could not be here today, but I'm glad he's here anyways and watching through the live stream. And I would lastly like to thank my best friend, Selena. She was there for me when I needed her, and she gave me the courage to continue moving forward and to be here on this stage today. Thank you.
Alrighty, is this thing on? Okay, I hope it's on. I'd say I have something written out, but then I'd be a total liar. I am very ill prepared for this, but I want to thank my mom who helped spend many nights just trying to help me figure out what the heck any of it means. And thanking my family for supporting me along the way. They mean a lot to me, more than probably they'll ever know. I also want to thank my grandfather. He did unfortunately pass away a couple years ago, but he was a true grandpa and probably the best friend I will ever have. Thank you.
My name is Hannah Nels, and it's nice to finally meet everyone for the first time. I don't have anything prepared, so I'll keep it short and sweet, just like me. But hang in there. I'm used to being behind a computer screen, so. I want to say a quick thank you to everyone at UNHS. This has been such an incredible opportunity, and just having the resource to be able to independent study has completely changed my life. These have been the most formidable 2 years ever. A lot of people know my name, but not my story. I really struggled throughout high school, and I never saw myself standing here, let alone graduating, so this is really, really special for me. I always just felt lost and walking into just unknowingness. And something that really got me through that is Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you." I never truly understood what that meant until I went through times of uncertainty and unknowingness. And I thought when pain met me, my story ended, but actually it just begun. Now I stand before you, confident, walking in faith, owning my own business, and following my dreams. And if I could give one word of advice to anyone and everyone listening, it's to continue to follow your dreams, and to not just follow them, but to chase them, and to not care about what anyone says about you, and to keep going, and to dream even bigger. Congratulations, class of 2025. Thank you.
Hello everyone, how are you? What a beautiful day. Today I graduated. I got my diploma. So I want to thank my mom, my dad, my best friend, Cielo, Brian, Victoria. There are many of them. So today is a really important day for me. I want to thank God for everything he did for me. So yeah, thank you. Have a great day.
Hello. I just want to say thank you to my friends and family for all of your love and support. And especially thank you to the UNHS staff. They've really been formative in my graduating early. So I've been able to cut off a year of high school because of them, and I started my junior year of high school. And I truly appreciate that. So yeah, thank you all.
All right.
Would you like to? Please. Yes.
Hello, my name is Jacob Keever. I'm not around from here, but y'all seem like fine folk. And I was in in-person school in Gordon, Nebraska, but I had a falling out apparently in junior year. But I'd like to thank the University of Nebraska High School to give me the chance to graduate and get a diploma. But it wouldn't be a success without my mother and my stepfather, Jenna Andrews and Dave Andrews, alongside with my brothers and my stepbrothers. But I'd just like to thank my family, friends, and especially the UNHS for my opportunity to graduate. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, class of 2025, and thank everyone for participating. You see why we love what we do. These are such fantastic students. So at this point, we'll close the ceremony. We will recess out with the graduates. At that point, everyone is welcome to the cake. The reception is in the back, some beverages. The graduates, after the recession, will come back up for a photo opportunity. So there will be a class photo. I'll also point out that as you're enjoying the reception, there's a photo location back there, or you'd be able to take some photos up here after that. So thank you again very much for attending the ceremony. And then we'll find you.